So I'm standing in the main space of our guest house or our pool house. And this one's pretty unique. Part of the reason why we see a lot of steel here is because all of these corners are open. And so what we've got going on in this one to kind of bring the interior and the exterior together is we will have one multi-slide door that goes from this corner and fully opens and pockets into a wall right here. There'll be another small slider that starts in this corner and comes all the way open and slides into this void. And then our third door is going to be from this wall here, and it will pocket open and slide into the void behind the first door. Two additional unique features in this one, which add to the complexity of it, is there will be a fireplace on the inside as well as a fireplace on the outside. So our tolerances here are extremely tight to fit two collapsible door units and two fireplaces into the same void. So you'll notice at the fireplace that I just talked about and the collapsible doors, there's a lot of steel that shows. The reality is there's steel all over this pool house build. This corner here is a steel corner. The corner back here is a steel corner. This corner over here is a steel corner. And then all of the patio structure that the roof is going to be on is all steel. And the reason for that is we have a lot of corner opening doors. We have a lot of corner glazed windows, which can't carry roof load. And then we have a lot of cantilevers on the roof itself to where we have a lot of covered patio without a lot of posts on it. And then we have extensions on that patio that's going to be going quite a ways out into clear space where we want to still have covering, but we don't want to have posts or beams. And so the way that we accomplish this is by using a lot of structural steel framing. The steel can carry more weight over a greater distance without framing underneath it. And it needs to be properly engineered by a third-party structural engineer and then installed carefully with the right bolts at the right torque specs all the way through the build. The cities are fantastic about inspecting this kind of thing to make sure it meets all the current building codes. But what it does for that final finish is it kind of gives us the illusion that a lot of these roof structures and or walls are floating. So we can do a lot of amazing things with collapsible doors and corner windows and really just wide open overhangs without a bunch of posts that impede your view or your flow of traffic. So this one's pretty heavy in the steel for as small as the structure is. And we're definitely looking forward to seeing how it comes together at the end. So even though this is technically new construction, we really classify this as what we do as reno and addition. And so the difference is, this is a new structure, yes. However, we're working with a lot of the infrastructure of the property. So we're working with all the existing, the plumbing and the drain lines and the power and all the head start that this property has. So even though this is a new structure, we don't really classify this as a new build. One of the reasons we only do renovation and additions is really just our whole process, our mental mindset around how the construction of something like this should go. And to me, I feel like it's completely different than a new build. We are usually working in a fraction of the time of a custom new build, significantly lower budgets overall because we're not building as much. And so, but really the process is different. We're not controlling every aspect from the ground up, where every little bit of the build is something that we put together and we thought about. Oftentimes we're dealing with existing conditions, unknown conditions. We're having to pivot quickly. Even with the best made plans, there's still a little bit of chaos that comes with large-scale renovation and additions. And so our whole team is built for just that one thing. And in just my opinion, that it's very hard to be good at both. And so we focus on large-scale addition and renovation. We don't do any custom new builds at all. And so when I look at a project like this, and it's us or another builder bidding it, I usually find that we're coming in more aggressive on price with the way that we work our projects, and we're usually a lower timeline. But our entire team is built from that, from the way that we estimate to the way that plans get drawn to the way that the superintendents and the project administrators run their project. It's just a different process. Another thing that makes us a little unique is that we don't do cost plus. We do fixed price by line item. We call out every single project, every little piece of every project, and it all gets a line item price. And that's the exact price that we charge. So if we make a mistake, we eat it. Are there change orders? Sure, they happen, but usually they're client or design driven. Every once in a while you have an unforeseen circumstance, but we're still kind of disclosing what those things might be. And so our whole goal is once we have a client that says, yep, this is the project, yep, this is the price, we've done so much planning that when the day we start to the day we finish is an expedited build process because we're taking so long in the planning process to be 100% sure on the prices. Anything we miss we eat and we don't like to eat money. So we're super focused in on one process, one thing that we do that we feel we do better than everybody else. And it's why we don't deviate from our lane. We stay in our lane and we think that we're the best at it. So I guess that's why we don't do new builds. We get asked all the time. And just the same way that we have other custom builders that send us renovation work that they don't want to take on, we'll send those custom new builds back to other teams, and we stay in our lane and we're super focused.